Okay, how's everyone doing today? Thank you so much. This is lesson number 11. Thank you. Give yourself a massive round of applause. Kudos to you. Thank you so much for your resilience and your persistence and your attention span, because this is a breakthrough. This is a stepping stone that we shall never be forgotten, because we have just finished the first 10 lessons, which are the foundational basis. Remember, guys, when we were talking about every project being like development of a building, the foundational basis being the first step, that proverbial journey of the 1,000 miles. That step is now finished. Now we have the framework. Now we have the right definitions to work with, and we're not going to be rehashing those definitions over and over again. If you'll be kind enough to, don't worry, take your time. You can always go back if you forget something, but from now on we're going to be using those definitions as if they are established within our community. So at any stage, if you fall behind ever so slightly, don't worry, all those videos are saved. I'll be even giving you, sometimes if something is not known, I'll be giving you hints in the comment section. But let's very quickly recap all the 10 lessons before we go to the lesson number 11. We were talking about the size and symmetry of your why. Before you do anything, whether it's small or super large, you have to pose that question to yourself. You have to ask yourself, why? Why am I doing it? What's in it for me? That's first where your why looks like this, and hopefully it is symmetrical, and hopefully it is monumental, because as you are going overcoming the challenges of life, the algorithm of the game of life, your why will be like a sling. The bigger why will allow you to overcome those challenges. Whether the tiny why, you will neg out, you will lose your attitude, you will give up. But the large why is that what's in it for me, what's in it for us, that's your team, what's in it for the one. First, you're going to start with your affiliates, your shareholders, your stakeholders, your customers, your consumers, the consumers of your content, your co-creators that will come along for a journey. But eventually, hopefully, you will expand your frame of reference of the foundational basis of your why to the totality of the human experience, to all the beautiful humans which are alive and ever will be alive, the people who will come after us. Now, the why is composed from 3 verticals, 3 KPIs represented by 3 indices: the happiness index, the trust index, and the freedom index. The happiness, all of them are spectrums. The happiness is love versus fear. The trust represents alignment, how aligned you are in terms of your values, your belief systems, your bosses, your destination, where you're heading together. How aligned you are, more cohesive you'll become. You'll start acting as a one singular unit, just like you have the players on the field. You don't have better or lesser players. It's the team that matters. So that's the trust index. And lastly, you have the freedom index. Is your team, are the people who are closely aligned with you, are you free to do whatever you please to do? Are you free to max out your KPIs, or are you doing someone else's bidding? Are you still enslaved in 9 to 5 modern day slavery? That's the 3 indexes that determine the size and symmetry of your why. Then we were talking about the 3 modalities of the consciousness as recognized by Carl Jung, the famous psychologist. Subconsciousness, the consciousness of your body, physicality, mentality, consciousness, and then superconsciousness. And the humanists can define superconsciousness as genius. The religionists can define it as God or holy guardian angel or Holy Spirit, or however they please. Metaphysicists will regard it as unified field consciousness, singularity, creation, multiverse. You can frame it however you wish, but you have the access to the highest operational frequency of your potential. That's why we were talking about that you're not even using 1% of your potential, because you're not connected with all those hundreds of thousands or millions or billions of people who will allow you to get where you need to be, just like you will try to take as many with yourself as they want to come along. So that's super important. Enlightened entrepreneurship, it's essentially the pitch of becoming, not being a good guy, not being a great guy, being the best possible human being, physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, and financially. That you are doing good for yourself, you are doing good for your team, you are doing good for humanity, and you're doing great for the planet, all at the same time. Make money, make friends, make love, all at the same time. That was the enlightened entrepreneurship. Don't believe any of it, it's just BS. Everything you choose to believe in your life is just the preconceived notion. Everything you choose to believe is true. You choose to believe it's probable. You choose to believe it happened. All of those preconceived notions, all of those presuppositions, all of those assumptions, they are belief systems. They are subject to change. We invited you very gently, don't assign values to them. Don't say this is good, this is bad. Don't have any bias, any judgment, any prejudice, because you'll be dealing with millions or perhaps billions of people who do not share your belief systems. So please don't be judgmental. You are disempowering yourself if you do. These people might be your collaborators, they might be your market, they might be your clients, they might be the people who have the knowledge and the skill set that you need. So don't assign values to the belief systems. Don't care too much whether it's true or not. Your brain doesn't care about whether it's true or not. The only thing that we look at is it helping us, our team, humanity, yourself, is it helping us to get where we need to be, or is taking us away from maxing out of our free indices? That's the only thing that we pay attention to. The belief systems will change. The composite of the belief systems that you have acquired during the formative years of your life, when you weren't fully conscious and you weren't fully programming your subconsciousness and your consciousness, that was the BOS, double S, base operating system script. So that is the software of your mentality. This is the composite of all the belief systems, the worldview, the cultural zeitgeist, the reality distortion field, your perception, your cognitive and confirmation bias, the way you look at reality and you filter everything through the prism of your worldview. We've identified three main bosses: humanists, men and women of science and logic and reasons; religionists, people who are affiliated with one particular denominations of myriads of human religions and philosophies, usually affiliated with the established institutions; and metaphysicists, that just like religionists usually share some concept of divinity slash God, but their definitions are much more fluid, much more adaptable, much more prone to change. They're not really bound by dogma slash rigidity of belief systems, and they are not usually affiliated with any religious institutions or any religious identity. No one is better than the other. Like with the belief systems, you'll be dealing with people from all different, with different bosses, and it's perfectly fine. No boss is better than the other. Just like with the belief systems, are they getting us closer? Are they getting us further away? But because they are so deeply ingrained, most of the people will choose not to change them, not to modify them, and that's perfectly fine. You don't need to do anything which is violating your happiness, your trust, or your freedom indices. Those three are sacred to us and to this community. You don't have to change anything about yourself that you don't want to. You don't ask how it's gonna happen, ask who else is coming. Humans are, yes, humanists will tell you that we are logical and reasonable being. Perhaps this is the case, but we are also emotional and social beings. That ESE, emotional social example, that we don't want to know how it's done, we're going to see how it's going to happen. So that's why it's very important to who else is climbing up the ladder of consciousness expansion, of learning, of co-creation, of growing your ventures, growing your businesses, growing your enterprises, growing your charities, growing your political parties, whatever it is your highest excitement, whatever is the max score of your happiness index. So people will take you there just like you will go with them. We are social beings, whether you want to classify us as animals, as many of our humanist brothers and sisters do, or whether you want to classify us as consciousness, as many metaphysicists, or whether you want to classify us as children of God. However you wish to classify us as, we are social beings. We must do it together. The game of life is the massive multiplayer game. Please, please, please never forget that. You don't need to know know how. You just need to get the right people who get you who will get you there eventually, if you allow them to, and hopefully, please be kind enough to take them with you as well. And on that note, the values of your team, that people will have different bosses, they will have different BSs, but the values matter. The values are the things that matter to you the most. There's a priority list. You start from the highest, you go to the lowest. You can have as many or as little as you please, but ideally you should be aware of those. They will change like everything else. No one value is better than the others, but you should have 3 items at the top of your priority list by now. What am I spending most time on? What am I spending most energy? What am I spending most money on? That will tell you what's most important to you. And your values and the values of your team will allow you to align. If your values and their values are matching, that's how you're going to co-create sustainable relationships. That's what's going to predetermine whether it's going to last few minutes, few days, few months, or few decades. How well do you align with yourself? How cohesive do you become? How soon will you start co-creating as a one giant human brain or one giant human heart? Or you can use whatever framing you wish. The art of reframing, the art of presenting a picture, the art of presenting a narrative. Because in the higher spectrum, the love-based consciousness, the happiness index 6 to 10, that's the positive spectrum. That's where you want to be every single day. If you choose to believe you can't, there's still some belief systems which are holding you back. Remember, the only belief system, the only negative belief systems is a belief in negative belief systems. No such thing as negative belief systems. Do I have the knowledge? Do I have the skill set? Do I have the right people? Do I have adaptability? Do I have humility? If you have those factors, no challenge, including the so-called negative belief systems, will present any difficulty for you as long as you keep going and try searching for an answer. Because trust me, chances are 95% plus that someone was going through similar character arc, similar challenges, similar life. I don't want to say problems because we don't use problems on this channel. There's no such thing as problems. There's only excitement. There's only another venture, another narrative within your character arc. So, but if you find someone who has already solved it, you just need to find their bosses, their BSs, their values, their behavioral patterns, their algorithms, but their mathematical models, and you need to copy and paste, shamelessly steal, like we all do. Just find out someone who has solved that challenge already. That's the art of reframing. You're gonna frame it positively because you want to keep yourself in the highest state of positivity, because this is where you are most co-creative. This is where the greatest downloads are going, the greatest brilliant ideas, those multi-billion-dollar ideas which are floating above your head right now, but perhaps you're not ready yet. Maybe you're not in the state of the right vibrational frequency. You're like a perfect instrument and yet you are misaligned. You need to be tuned back. And the best tuning is when you get closer and closer to that 10 out of 10. So the positive framing is when you tell yourself, especially your subconsciousness, the narrative, the internal dialogue. You're telling yourself a story. You are always co-creating with others and with yourself. And you're telling yourself a story, and the story is, should I be happy or should I be sad? Try to stick with the top tier. When you lose your attitude, when you go down below the level 6, you use positive reframing. You try to tell yourself that, hey, there's always silver lining, I just must find it. And the best way to do it is to surround yourself with positive people. They'll bounce you back. The bounce back ability is actually skill set like everything else. And that leads us to another lesson. The last lesson was, of course, how to find your highest excitement and how to find your team. You're not searching for an highest excitement. You're not searching for your team. Many of you do not yet allow yourself to explore the infinity of your potentiality sufficiently enough to know what's your highest excitement and who's going to be on your team. You don't need to know. You need to find an icon. ideally 3 people that you want to emulate, whether they are alive or they are historical people, doesn't matter. Whether you want to go with the same industry that you are tackling, whatever industry that might be, or whether you want to cross-reference and cross-pollinate across different industry. Maybe you want to get those inspirational people who are excelling in many industries, many disciplines of science slash knowledge slash the mastery of the game of life, like Leonardo da Vinci, for example. It's up to you. You find the icons, ideally 3. It can be more. You can be finding icons on monthly basis, if you please. There are many people who are studying autobiographies of many famous people. Every human being is a lesson. You're finding the icons, you identify the bosses, the BSs, the values, and the behavioral patterns, the daily habits, what they were doing on a daily basis. And then, once again, you copy and paste, you steal shamelessly, and you don't apologize for it, because there's no such thing as creation, there's no such thing as recreation, there's only co-creation. It's like the entire planet Earth is made of jigsaw puzzles. The puzzles are the same. Combinations are unique. And that's what we call originality. That's what we call intellectual property. Please, please, please do not misconstrue it as a call to stealing shamelessly someone's content. If people do not share the same belief system as we do, then they will not take it very kindly. So please don't steal someone else's, the results of the hard work, the results of the blood, sweat, and tears. Please, please, please don't do that. But yes, you'll be searching for the icons, you are copying and pasting, you are becoming an icon, you are becoming a person that will attract the right people into your reality, and developing yourself to become an icon oftentimes will become your highest excitement. Learning, growing, expanding. You are the project. No such thing as businesses, no such thing as charities, no such thing as social enterprises, no such thing as global movements. There's only you. You are growing, you are expanding, and you cannot grow alone. You must grow together. More people you will attract into your reality, more you will transform from massive multiplayer role-playing game of life to the strategy game. Faster you're gonna do that, faster the people will take you to where you need to be. Physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, and financially. That's the art of enlightened entrepreneurship. That's the art of the art and science of the game of life. That's essentially it. So you're gonna find the right people. You retain the people if they are aligned with value. You are searching for them by focusing on the skill set. Everything in life is a skill set, and the talent level is a starting point of your skill set, but you can always get better as long as you choose to believe you can. And if you can't, if you choose to believe you can't, you just find someone and he will do it for you. That's why social skills are so important. So you're finding the people who are searching for particular knowledge, education, and skill set. You are finding people who are dedicated towards their passions, their excitement, their hobbies, their pastimes, their side gigs. And lastly, you are finding the people who are dedicated towards the dreams and impacts and aspirations, and those people who dream big and they want to make an impact for the entirety of the planet. Because remember, you're keeping in mind the bottom vertex of your why. It's not about me, it's not about us, it's about the totality of human experience. So those 3 demographics are where your team is hiding, and your team will change just like you will change. And your highest excitement will be finding your team and developing yourself, and then you'll just add to it, because everything that people call, whether it's surfing or developing a business or developing a political party, all of it is just different nomenclature for the same thing: growth. You grow or you die. These are the 2 modalities. Whether you are humanists, religionists, or metaphysicists, you are subject to those laws. You see, this is the beauty of the supreme being, as some people call it, that you will submit to the natural laws whether you choose to believe in it or not. That's how amazing is that. You see, many people are overthinking it a little bit too much. You will grow. How fast you will grow, whom you will grow with, and which direction you will take, it's only up to you. This is where the free will and destiny collapse into one. You have the great destiny before you. Will you take it? Will you do that jump? That's only up to you. We, as a this co-creative community, we're not gonna love you anymore. We can't. We love you already exactly the way you are. But perhaps you'd like to be like Disney Plus or Paramount Plus. Perhaps you want to be perfect plus. You are perfect the way you are, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But perhaps you want to have a character arc of pretending that you're not, and pretending that you're developing alongside your fellow human beings. And you have an experience, an impression. You have a feeling of growing, of getting better, even though you are perfect exactly the way you are. So yeah, this is it essentially. Now, very quickly, the lesson number 11 will be essentially, because I was telling you that once you find those people on your team, they will be subject to the negativity bias. Negativity bias is the probability that people will tell you no, or they will choose negativity. Why? Because the Game of Life Planet Earth edition was, in case it has escaped your attention, very, 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 very challenging character arc for humanity. So people are addicted to fear-based consciousness. They are safeguarding themselves, they are safeguarding their families, they are safeguarding their communities, and rightfully so, because this planet has gone through so many challenges: famines, wars, natural and artificial disasters, the hatred, division. All those things are still going on to this very day. Nothing wrong with people, nothing wrong with safeguarding yourself and your attitude, nothing wrong with that. But that's why 90% of people are in the negative mentality. They are negged, and you have to reframe it for them. You have to bring them back where they belong, to the state of highest joy and highest excitement. You want to recharge their batteries. There's nothing wrong with human beings. Human beings are a little bit like that, those beautiful creatures, tortoise. You know, that tiny creature with a giant chitinous shell. And by the way, guys, honestly, if you ever lose your attitude, there's one of the very underappreciated pleasures of life is just whether you can do it in real life, that would be fantastic. But if not, use your favorite social media and find the videos of tortoise eating a lettuce. It is just something divinely, supremely serene about tortoise eating lettuce, that no matter what happens, oh my god, the Strait of Hormuz is closed again, oh my god, this market has crashed, oh my god, the job market is good, and the tortoise just eating his lettuce. There's something supremely divine about it, so serene, and hey, it's okay, bro. The sun will go out, the planet Earth will produce food for its children. 9.1 billion of people will figure it out, because you guys are so amazing and so beautiful, even though so many people didn't allow themselves to discover that. So that's how people are. They are inside a tiny shell, and the shell is there for a reason. It's a protection mechanism, but the shell makes you move very slow, and your challenge is to tell the tortoise, hey, you can reduce your shell and you can go faster, you can learn faster. There are great people out there. You just need to become a great person yourself in order to attract those people into this reality. And then once they manifest, once they show up, you can reduce your shell and you can go faster. You can go super faster. Much faster. So you'll be turning their objections, you'll be turning their negativity. They'll be giving you no, and your job is to turn it into yes. And hence why today's lesson number 11, the pitch of a pitch, which is essentially the art of sales. Sales is essentially the art of a pitch. The pitch is a question that elicits yes. The pitch is a question that you want to hear yes from whomever you want to co-create, whomever you want to align your values with, whether it's your member of the team, your client, whomever else it is. And by the way, everything in life is sales. You go on a date, that sells. You go on a job interview, that sells. You start a political party and you have a project and you are pitching. That's what it is. You are pitching, you are postulating some reform. That sells. Everything in life is sales, and many people have negative belief systems affiliated with sales because they have bad experiences with the people who did it wrong. But when a sales is done correctly, sales is the essence of entrepreneurship, because entrepreneur finds the pressure points, finds the pain points, finds the challenges of humanity, that segment of humanity that corporatists mischaracterize. They use that dehumanizing term market. You find that challenge, you find the solution, and you merge the two together. So you're providing solutions to people's challenges. So that's service to others. You are being a good guy. In fact, some of the greatest human beings are greatest entrepreneurs who are providing amazing services and products. So yes, hopefully you've decided to become an enlightened entrepreneur. That's what you do. When sales is done correctly, you give amazing value to humans. That's it. That's the pitch about the pitch. So don't have negative belief systems about sales, because trust me, whatever organization you have, even if it's charity, if it's a social enterprise, I've got nothing against cooperatives, far from it. I want the employees to be owners of 100% of the assets, if that is your name of the game. And if you're playing with the venture capital, that might not necessarily be the case, but I'm not adverse to either one of them. Whatever is your pitch, whatever is your game of life, I'm down with it. As long as you're maxing out your KPIs, as long as you are greatest good for your community and the planet at large, I'm with you 100%. I'm down with it. But don't make it, please, don't get it twisted for 1 nanosecond. The most important skill sets within all those organizations, sales. When you go to those buildings, especially companies and corporations, when you have those boards of performance and you have the greatest salespeople, they always go like this. They're walking around like they own the place. And guess what? They do. They are the ones who keep the lights on. When you have the venture capitalists, when you have the angel investors, when you have those people that will give you the hard-earned money so you can manifest your dream, you can make invisible visible. One of the very first questions is, show me the facts and figures. I want to meet who's the head of your sales department. These are the people. I don't want to say that they are the most important ones, because every single human being is priceless. However, people have their belief systems, and they have their framing, and they have their bosses, base operating system scripts. So please be respectful to that, and yes, give it to them. Give them the best salespeople. Well, whoever you have on your team, you must have great salespeople. If you're not a great salesperson yourself, make sure you attract the great salespeople. And sales, like everything else, it's a skill set. You will learn to do it. So 3 verticals of sales, 3 levels of sales, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to find your team, and you're going to be selling to them their visions and their dreams, and you'll be aligning it with your visions and your dreams, and you'll be essentially selling them the best version of themselves. And whether they will purchase it or not, it's up to them. Remember, the first rule of the pitch is you always pitch yourself. If you wouldn't buy it, don't sell it. Remember the second vertical, integrity, the trust index. Guys, please don't be the good guys, be the best guys. Be the best morality you can be. Be universally kind, loving, inspirational for all humanity, and that will make you the greatest entrepreneur. That will make you the greatest change maker, solution provider, problem solver, however you wish to frame yourselves as. But please, please, please don't neglect sales. Sales are super important. Sales are exhilarating. You're helping human lives. If you're doing it correctly, first level of sales, turning objections. They'll be telling you no, you'll tell them yes. Like, bro, I haven't got any money. Don't worry, we'll find angel investors and we'll find venture capitalists. Once we scale sufficiently enough, we'll go to hedge funds. Bro, I don't have the skill set. Don't worry, we're gonna learn it from that open source called internet. And we're going to utilize artificial intelligence. Like, bro, I haven't finished college. Great, you've saved yourself 50, 60, 70, 100,000 K if you're in United States. So you don't have the second mortgage without a house. We're going to learn it together ourselves. And when we'll be scaling, we'll be making it available to our audience, to our markets, to our clients, to the beautiful human beings who are paying for our living. So we'll figure it out ourselves. Fantastic. Every time they give you objection, you turn it. That's the art of sales. And you turn it because you are in a positive mind frame. Remember, there's only one thing you always sell. You don't sell cars, you don't sell visions, you don't sell dreams, you don't sell BS, political promises that never come to fruition. You always sell the same thing. Sales is just a different narrative, different storyline of Transference of energy. Remember the first lessons, E equals mc squared. Sales is about transferring energy. If you are having positive energy, they will buy the medium of the positive energy. People don't buy a car like say Mercedes and all say, oh, this car is going to get me from A to B. No, Mercedes is a symbol of status. It's a statement to the fellow human being. Hey, I'm a success. I work hard for this. Please don't hate. I work very hard for this. And then you get an endorphin hit because you made it. You're one of those people that really did spend 10, 12, 13, 14 hours in the office when everyone else went to party. So of course you should treat yourself with it. So that's what you're buying an endorphin hit. You're buying happiness. You're buying an energy. That's what sales is. It's a transference of energy. So that's the first level of sales. The second level of sales, when you are scaling sales, the second level of sales is marketing. So you're no longer a salesperson, you no longer work for yourself, you no longer have a small business. Now you're getting salespeople to work for you. So you become a developer of the salespeople. And once again, you're pitching them, you're selling them sales. And then they'll be doing the sales for the team, for the company, for the charity, for the political party. Campaigning is sales. So the best way of marketing is just like Master Bruce Lee has done with the art of fighting. The art of marketing without marketing. The marketing is essentially, the best marketing is when there is no marketing. The best marketing is where the word of mouth is so powerful, when the product, the service, the content is so great that it becomes viral and people come to you. So this is the marketing is the mid-tier. You don't want to be stuck in the mid-tier. Everyone is the entry level at some stage, but you don't want to stop there. You want to take it to the next level. Yes, advertisement is important. Yes, marketing is important. Many people will tell you that, but this is just a transitional stage. The greatest marketing is when you don't have to advertise. That's the best form of marketing. When people come to you, when your products, their services are so aligned with their highest excitement, with their trust index, and with their freedom, that they come to you because you have that's something that they cannot get from anywhere else. You give them buzz, you give them love, you give them passion, you give them excitement, and the products and services are just medium. This is how they are framing it to their subconsciousness, that hey, you can release the endorphins now, I can feel happy again. So this is the best marketing, the marketing without marketing. And then the final stage of the scaling of sales is the best stage. It's the stage called branding. That's brand recognition and building brand identity. Branding is where it really takes it to the whole new level. Branding is where you want to be. If you want to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, that's where you are heading. When you are no longer doing sales, you are no longer doing marketing, aka developing the sales force. No, you are the sales force, and you are a developer of developers, and you are not developing the new product or strategies. No, you continue to develop what you've always been developing, because sales, marketing, and branding are just three names for the same thing, the one thing within content co-creation: storyline, narrative. You are telling a story, and the story that you are telling to the people is, this is who we are the best. For example, the branding for this channel is like, we are enlightened entrepreneurs. No one here is more than the other. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter your biology, your geography, your socioeconomic status, your political belief systems. None of it matters. Do you want to max out your KPIs? Do you want to take your life to the next level? That's it. And now you have millions of your fellow content creators who want the best for you. That's what we are selling here. We are selling the best version of you. Whether you realize it, whether you manifest it, is up to you. But this is what branding is. Branding is a storyline, and it's not just storyline of you, the CEO or director or whomever you want to be. Whatever, if it's your organization, most likely you will become one. But this is what branding is, that you are essentially telling the story, not to just to the people who are your affiliates, aka your team, not just the market, the people who are blessed with your products and services and your content. No, you are telling the story to the entire globe now. That's when the game of life really transforms itself into a strategy game. That's where it really starts to be super exciting, because you get getting closer and closer to such amazing aspects of the game of life, like global economy and geopolitics. That's super exciting. If you thought that chess was exciting, trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. But I hope you will. I hope this will be your storyline. So this is 3 levels of scaling of sales. This is where you'll be heading whatever organization you want. It's just, guys, I appreciate that sometimes I use too much of the corporate lingo. I apologize for that, especially to our brothers and sisters who have animosity towards corporations. Don't have animosity towards anyone. You are learning from everyone. No, we're not applying any value to any belief systems. We only apply value to ourselves and the people, and not to judge them, but to see whether we can connect and align with them. But this is it. Once you have the great branding, trust me, that's going to be your highest excitement, because that's part of your legacy. That's going to live long after you're gone. That's a part of your collective legacy of all the people on your team and all the people at the bottom of your why that has signed up first, that they jump on board first, that yeah, I want to make love, make friends, make money at the same time, for the greatest benefit of all, for the greatest benefit of the entire planet. Yeah, that sounds like my ticket. Let's go, guys. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's manifest it. So I hope you're gonna get there. I wish you all the best, and I'll do everything within my modest capacity to be a permission slip, because remember, you're gonna manifest it. I'm just a convenient excuse. I'm just, I'm just some guy from the internet. Shh, you will manifest it if you choose to believe you can, and you will get the right people, and you will do the right things, and you will stay persistent and loving and excited and exhilarated. So that's it for today. This is the essence of the turning of objections, the art of sales, and 3 levels of scaling of sales. Once you're on the branding level, people will be coming to you. They'll be knocking through the doors and windows. But until then, you have to start with becoming the best person, and becoming the best enlightened entrepreneur, and becoming a great salesperson yourself. And I sincerely wish that to you, and I wish you all the best. And hopefully we have earned the like and subscription and sharing. Please, guys, sharing is caring. Sharing wide, all over the world, because everyone deserves the best possible life. So if you'll be kind enough to indulge us, until then, we wish you all the best. Peace, love, prosperity, and abundance for all. Please have yourself an amazing day. Thank you so much for your attention span. Mwah, 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 mwah.